In today's video, I'm going to be going over the best GPUs for crypto mining in 2023. So GPU mining is in a slump at the moment after the Ethereum merge. However, this video aims to look ahead in the future to when GPU mining returns to somewhat profitable levels. We have seen this countless times in the crypto mining space where we have ups and downs in profitability, and I definitely think we'll return to profitability soon. So the GPUs that I've picked here are based off future of crypto mining. I also want to preface that I've judged these cards on efficiency on different algorithms, the price of the GPU, and if the GPU will still be used in the future. So let's start off with number 5, and this is going to be the NVIDIA GTX 1660 Ti and the super version of it as well. When it comes to mining, they are pretty much identical, so I'm grouping them together. Now when judging these cards, I'm going to show you the hash rate and efficiency for the most mined coins currently. These, in my opinion, are ergo coin, ravencoin, flux, kaspa, and conflux. These all have different mining algorithms, so it'll give us a good range of how these cards perform. So when we look at the spreadsheet, we can see the coin and the algorithm here, and then the efficiency, power, and hash rate of each coin. Then we have the price of the card down by here in today's market. Currently, the prices of cards are relatively low, so now is one of the best times to actually get into GPU mining and accumulate some hardware before the prices spike again. Now I want to also explain that these figures are my own personal numbers, so it could vary for your cards depending on your overclocks. If you want to know any of my overclocks for any of these cards, then leave a comment below and I'll try help you out. Now these figures are just to give you an idea of what these cards can do, but I really want to talk about the card itself. So the 1660 Super and the Ti are very efficient cards, but they don't come with too much hash rate. You need a lot of these cards to produce a large amount of hash rate. These are probably the best Ethereum miners as they were cheap and efficient. This will be the same for the future when coins start to become profitable again. Now these cards are Turing cards, so they probably have the best efficiency on flux algorithm, and these algorithms rely heavily on the core of the GPU and not so much the memory. Now the price of one of these cards right now is around $100 to $140, and this is cheap, but I think they'll be selling for less in the future. They were previously selling for around $80 to $90 resale before the 2021 bull run. I think this card is a great starter card if you're trying to get around the high electricity prices and you want some cheap hardware. Now moving on to number 4 on the list, we have the NVIDIA RTX 2070. Now I know this card is slightly old, but it's also a great card for mining flux. Basically all 20 series cards are very efficient on the Zelhash algorithm. The reason I'm choosing the 2070 over the 2080 or the 2080 Super is that it's slightly more affordable and you can put together a great flux mining rig for a small price with these 2070 cards. Right now the price ranges between $240 and $280, which is still a bit too expensive as they are only really good at mining on the flux algorithm. They still perform good on ergo, kaspa, and ravencoin, but there are better cards out there for these algorithms. As we can see here, we can compare the efficiency of the 2070 to the 1660 that we had previously. We can see it's less efficient on all algorithms except the Zelhash algorithm. Overall, this card is more of a specific card for one major coin, but it'll be very average on other algorithms as well if you want to use it on them. Now for the number 3 spot, we have an extremely cheap card with good efficiency. This is the AMD RX 580. Now before the mining boom in 2020 and 2021, you could get one of these cards for around $30 each, which is really cheap for a GPU and is actually very good at mining. Many people actually chose to get 580 rigs, which had a very short ROI time in the Ethereum run. Even if you wanted a large 10 GPU rig, then it would only cost you around $300, which is the same price as one GPU in today's market. Currently, you can pick one of these cards up for around $80 to $120. As you can see here in the hash rates and power of these cards, you can get great efficiency, and this is because these cards run at very low watts. These cards are great, yet I have one problem, and that's because AMD don't have much support when it comes to GPU mining. Normally cryptocurrencies are modeled to be more efficient on NVIDIA GPUs as they are the most popular. However, this means that most miner programs tend to be behind when it comes to driver support as they want to update the NVIDIA ones first. I've seen lately that AMD cards are starting to become the same priority. One of the many perks of AMD cards is the power consumption. While NVIDIA are coming out with power-hungry cards, AMD has decided to go down the route of efficiency. Overall, on average, it makes AMD cards better at mining in terms of profits with these tough electrical prices. The best coin to mine on this 580 card was probably going to be Fero or ravencoin. Now coming in at number 2 on the list, we have another AMD card, and it's basically at number 2 because it's a souped up version of the 580 that we just covered. This would be the RX 6700 XT. This, in my opinion, is one of the best AMD cards you can get for GPU mining, even on all these different algorithms. I would definitely say this card would be the best to mine on either Ravencoin or Kaspa. The new update for LOL Miner allows for more hash rate for AMD GPUs on the Kaspa coin network, and there is also an update for Mini Z Miner which allows for more hash rate on the Zel hash algorithm for Flux. So with these new miner program updates, you can get even more hash rate on AMD GPUs. This means you can get even more efficiency than previously were. Now these cards are a bit more expensive than the previous ones, so the ROI will be a bit longer. The price of one of these cards can range from around $250 to $300, but are well worth it in mining. Last thing I want to mention is overclocking in AMD cards. They do this in a different way for Nvidia cards, so overclocking won't be the same as these Nvidia cards, and it's a different method of doing it. Now let's get into the number one GPU for crypto mining in 2023. This is the Nvidia 3070 Ti. So far this has been the best GPU for mining pretty much any coin. When mining Ethereum, they were bringing in almost $250 to around $3 a day per card, which is really good when compared to today's profits. It has consistently been very efficient, as we can see when we compare the efficiency of other cards. The 3070 Ti was very good at mining on Flux, Raven, Ergo, and Conflux before the merge. But right now it's extremely good at mining on Kaspa coin. Even with the high cost of power, you can still be profitable on these cards if you're mining Kaspa anything below 12 cents per kilowatt hour. Now these cards are still priced relatively high because they are also great for gaming. You can get one of these from around $400 to $480, but they are well worth the price. Alternatively, you could spend a little less and go for a 3070 or a 3060 Ti, as they are very similar cards in terms of mining. I still think overall they will perform great in the future and will hold their resale price as they are still in high demand. Now I also want to mention that the new 4070 will be coming out in 2023. This card could be very good at mining if it's anything like the 3070. Right now the support needs to be updated for these new cards as they come out, so they can take a little time after release for the 40 series drivers to actually fine tune and then use them for their best abilities in terms of mining. However, if the 4070 is anything like the 3070, then I'm sure one of these will be the best cards for mining. Overall, if you want the best card for algorithms, then go for a 3070 Ti. If you want the best card for Flux coin, I'd go with a 20 series card. If you want very efficient cards, I'd go with anything from AMD, mainly the 580 or the 6700 XT. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any thoughts, leave them in the comments below, and like the video and subscribe for more content like this.